for that game crash for me. Second one in the week. I know that our commentator in Premier Division had the same issue where his game also crashed on Tuesday night. But it looks like we are back. Right, so apologies from me, but we are back. I see that Knight Rider has retired from the session, so our race winner from last week, he's out. So it is, could we have imagined this? It is Big Spoil leading the Australian Grand Prix for the first time in FTR, and since he's joined us, that is our leading car under the safety car. Chose not to pit. Let's just see. So Knight Rider obviously brought out the safety car. And let's just do this. So Big Spoil still on a 6-lap-old medium. So Hamrick on hard. He decided to pit and he used that free pit stop. Here, Bertha, 6-lap-old mediums. No one has pitted except for Ron. Good move by Ron to get into 6 with a brand new set of mediums. Couture Levy on the softs, minor on hards. So not sure those softs will, as I said, Couture Levy leaves the pits with his brand new hards. Robert Buffel into the pits. He's going to slap on a pair of mediums. That's about 1 lap old, so it's basically brand new. But who would have guessed this as we started Australia tonight? It was Scalzi from Knight Rider from Sir Hamrick in qualifying, and all of a sudden we've got Big Spoil, wow, leading the race. I bet you he is very nervous in the helmet there and at home. First time he's leading a race here in FTR, and it's quite satisfying to see someone else leading Division 3, and that's what we're trying to achieve at FTR's close competitive racing. Yes, we do get it wrong, and even if we do get it right just for a couple of laps under the safety car, it still feels good. So well done, Big Spoil, and let's see where you can take it from there. So Hamrick is in second, by far definitely the faster driver in the top 3. Geerbuerta in third. He had good practice last night and showed some good pace in Division 2 as he was starting in his reserve for his team. Then we've got Souls, and yeah, safety car worked nicely for him. He had that big spin, dropped all the way down into 7th, but he's up into 4th after the safety car. 6-lap-old mediums. Ron looking very pretty in 6th with a brand new set of mediums. The safety car is going to stay out another lap. We need to watch out with Couture. Why would he go into the pit? Probably wrong tyre selection. I know my teammate had that last night as well, where the game just gave him the wrong tyres. So he might just go for the hards. Atmar moves into 8th with mediums as well. Yeah, he goes for the hards. Yeah, I am just going to stick with Big Spoil because he deserves the airtime. He deserves the camera being on him for leading a Division 3 race in FTR. And yes, it is under the safety car, but it's something that he can tick down in his box and say, hey, hang on, I have led laps in FTR Division 3, and that is great to see. Right, as the safety car, I'm going to stick here with Geerbuerta as the safety car comes in. And a great start by here. Ooh, he should have just bumped it and just gone onto the outside of Sir Hamrick. But a great start from him. Great start by Big Spoil. And is he going to lead a full racing official lap here at FTR? Ooh, keep it tight. Tires are cold. So let's see if he can hang on to that. Minor up into 6. Let's just see. Ooh, and there is, I think it's a Citronic with no front wing. So that went horribly wrong for him. He's going to make space here. Robert Biffle's going to come past surely. And then Scalzi is going to follow very shortly. There we go. Get to Levy. He's also no wing for him. So an eventful start for them. Apmar. Has he got also no front wing? He's just battling with tyre. Is he? I'm not sure what's going on there. But let's just stick with Big Spoil. Is he going to be able to complete an official lap? Not under the safety car in the lead. And I really hope he does cross the finish line so he can have that under his belt. And that will be a great performance for Big Spoil. To lead a lap here at FTR, and he's really looking great. I mean, 8 laps on medium, so he's on the same strategy as Buerta Saltzmaster, and he has done so. So there we go, a lap lead by Big Spoil in the L team. Hats off to you, young man. Being chased very hard here by Sir Hamrick, and no disrespect meant, but Sir Hamrick definitely the faster driver. He is currently on the hard, 3-lap all hard, so that hard is going to come to him very quickly now. Here, Buerta in 30, he has got a penalty on him. Saltzmeister in 4th. And then we've got Ron on that brand new mediums, the same as Robert Biffle. So, ooh, and I see, is that Couture Levy? Yeah, new front wing for him. Esotronic, new front wing for him. Apmar moves up into 9, so I think Gerard Buerta is ramping up the penalties. He's on 6 seconds already. And there we go. So Hamrick has taken the lead from Big Spoor, but he did lead a lap, an official lap around Albert Park in FTR. So well done to him. He's going to come under pressure from Geerbuerta. Very soon, Saltzmeister at the back of him. That's probably the closest battle with Robert Biffle behind Ron. So not sure where to look because there's battles all over the place. There's 19 laps left here in Australia. And people who definitely need to pit will be Big Spoil, Buerta, Saltzmeister. Ron has to pit again. He's not going to get to the end, so is Robert Biffle. Same as Minor. The only guy who probably doesn't have to pit will be Sir Hamrick. Not sure what his tires will look like in the end. But nevertheless, here Buerta in a podium position. Yes, he's got a 6-second penalty, which is going to hurt him. So he's going to have to step on it. And the last thing that he wants is a safety car that bring the pack together, because that's just going to take away his delta, although he is under pressure from Saltzmeister at the back. Robert Biffle fell slightly behind, 1.9 seconds behind Saltz. And then Ron, Minor getting, and there we go. That was Ron making a mistake, so he's got all the way down into 8th. And Scalzi all over the back of Minor. So let's just stick with this. We do not want weaving on the straights, not at this speed. Both cars go very wide. The DRS is enabled. Yep, you can see the green bar is flashing at the bottom of your screen. That means this gate got DRS. So Hamrick's still in the lead. Here, Buerta, is he going to be able to make the pass on the start-finish straight here? There we go. Big Spoil has pulled the plug. He's going to go into the pit. That's surely going to be hard for him. Buerta might do another 2 laps. And then slap on the hot. Saltz goes past. Is Saltz going to have a look at Buerta? No, he thinks better of it. And he stays in 3rd. Robert Biffle currently in 4th. You can see Scalzi and Minor still at it. Is he going to go around the outside? Yes, he is. He gets DRS assistance for that. And gets the move done on the inside. Good move there by the Red Bull driver. He had a DNF last week. And his teammate won. This week it's slightly turned around. His teammate DNF. He's currently in 5th and still needs to pit, yes. But looking nevertheless very good. So Big Spoor has come out of the pits. He was our race leader on lap 10, I think. And he's all the way down into 8th, but he does not have to pit. People in front of him, Ron has to pit. Everyone else has to pit, except for maybe Sir Hamrick. So let's see if he can find his rhythm and his pace very quickly. This is very important for Big Spoor because you are not racing really anyone. You're racing the Delta. And if you can just keep on chucking away at that Delta, the car in front of you, and if you keep on catching them, then it will be very beneficial. So Souls, I'm not sure if he's had, is that a retirement? Is that going to be another safety car? That looks like Esotronic out. Yeah, safety car out. So this is good. So everyone can pit now. There we go. Botha pulls the plug. That was perfect timing for him. Into the pits for him. Oh, they're going to double stack, which is going to hurt Robert Biffle. But yeah, both of them had to pit. So everyone into the pits. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out where. Sir Hamrick in the lead. So it was Sir Hamrick, and it was Botha on the second. So let's just see. Minor, he's definitely he's definitely not going to make it to the end on those tires, so he's going to have to pit. So Hamrick might just get to the end. Botha, fresh hards. Big Spoor, fresh hards. Soulsmeister. So Big Spoor, unfortunate for him, safety car just a lap too late for him, or else he would have had got a free pit stop. But nevertheless, he's in 4th, and those tires would have had more temperature than the people around him, which is Scalzi and Souls. So looking pretty nevertheless for him. And that's exciting to see. So who could have predicted this? So a safety car. This is the second safety car. First safety car was for Night Rider. Second one for Esotronic. 10 drivers left. And we've got 16 laps left. Only 2 laps under the safety car. So we'll have 14 laps of racing. And we're going to have to... Minor is definitely going to have to pit again. It's all about tyre warm-up during this phase. Can Botha, Big Spoor, Souls, Scalzi get those tyres nicely warmed up. Ron Skitter looking pretty. He can get to the end on those mediums. It's all about how quickly he can get them warm enough so he can get past Souls and Big Spoor if he can. And let's just have a look at penalties. I think Botha did not serve these penalties. No, he didn't. So that 6 seconds was there. So right, while the safety car is still out on track, I'm just going to take a short break. Right, race restart. There we go. So Hamrick from Minor, from Buerta, from Big Spoil. And all looks good so far. Buerta getting a mega start on those 2-lap all hearts. And he shouldn't be using too much of that ERS because he can basically pump it when the DRS section is there. So he needs to take care of that the deployment system of his, because when he needs it, all that Minor's go. Oh, and there we go, sideways from Minor and Buerta. What a pass from Buerta. So there we go. He's up into second. He's got 6 seconds that he needs to start protecting somewhere. I'm not sure how he's going to do that. Another safety car will just ruin this for him. But as we see there, it's Couture Levy getting past Ron. Not sure why Ron is battling with these mediums. Atmar on 11 lap old mediums in 9th, and then Scalzi up in 10th with he pitted as well. So he pitted after the safety car, so 20 seconds behind. So that's blimey. Tell you what, this looks handy from Buerta. Is he going to lead a lap around FTR? So co-owner of FTR with me and Travis. Ooh, don't lose it. Second is better than first. If you bang it into the wall when you're in first, so rather just hang it out there. He's pulled a gap of 1.7 seconds, and he looked very racy last night. Don't do that. Come on, Buerta, keep it on track, mate. This is going to be your night. 1.5 seconds pulled already out of Minor. Minor needs to pit. He is in trouble. He's hoping for another safety car. The top crew guys is getting slightly. Big Squirrel is now getting very close to Minor. So let's stick with, ooh, is he going to try to, no, don't do it. Ooh, this is awesome racing. Absolutely love this from Division 3. Who said earlier in the week on the score that Knight Rider needs to take it easy tonight? This is an eventful one. So Big Boy getting very close. Further down the field, we've got Ron chasing after, and that's Atmar. Is Atmar going to go? Yeah, he's just sticking to his line. Atmar's surely going to get it. Yeah, Atmar gets the move done. He's up into 7th. Good move from Atmar there. Scalzi in 10th. So let's go back to the front. Big Spoiler all over the back of Minor. The gap between Hamrick and Buerta slightly better now, but you get this feeling that Buerta needs to start respecting the track limits, because if he gets another penalty, it will take him to 9 seconds. And on a race like tonight, where safety cars plenty and unpredictability, you can find yourself finishing in second on the racetrack, but in essence you will be all the way down into 15th. So let's have a look here. Ooh, there's contact. It's Big Spoil, Minor, Robert Buffel, and guys getting a bit impatient here. I'm not sure who to sit with. Let's stick to the back here, Couture Levy. You can get a nice view of what's happening on in front. You can go back to Big Spoil. So Robert Buffel getting past Big Spoil after Big Spoil put all that pressure on to Minor. Let's see, surely not into here. No, it's not going to be. There we go. So Minor keeping it okay, but yeah, he's definitely not going to last till the end on that 14 lap old Hart. So Hamrick might also be in trouble here somewhere along the line with the 10 lap old Hart. He's got what? 12 laps to go. So yeah, that is 22 laps on the Hart. That's not going to work for him. DRS enabled, but he used most of his deployment already, and all Minor's going to do is just deploy his one. Robert Buff will go on the inside. And yeah, there was slight contact there. I'm going to let that be. Couture Levy, so Minor gets a slight nudge, and he's down into 5th behind his teammate Couture Levy. Scalzi is now up into 6th. What did he have? He probably had damage on the front nose, so he went in for soft. 3 second time penalty. There we go. Buerta now sitting on 9 seconds. It's going to hurt him at the end of the race. Currently, that will take him all the way down into 6th from 2nd. If things stay the way they are. And once again, if there's a safety car, I might drop into the back of the field. Polky trying to catch. He's 5 seconds away from Souls. Atmar is at the back of Ron here. So these two chasing hard after each other. Atmar is going to have to pit eventually. Probably expect him around about in another 2 laps time. And Geertruida, has he lost the car? Oh, man, what a good race by him. Lost the car. There's no front nose. And he's going to have to go and pit. So probably softs for him. And with that time penalty, yeah, that went from really looking good to really looking bad. Minor into the pits for damage as well. Ron's going to go fast. Atmar's going to go fast. Salt is going to go fast. And let's just see. So Minor goes for a pair of mediums. 4 lap old. 2 lap old mediums. With a brand new mediums for him in 9th. And I don't think he served any of his penalties, so he's going to come out with 9 seconds. Yeah, no, he's 9 seconds for him, 5 seconds for Scalzi. So that's not going to be too handy for him. Oh, and as we just flick through the camera views, we see a pass there. It is Robert Biffle and Ron. There you go, yeah, maybe Robert Biffle had a bit of a moment, but it is Hamrick leading by 5.8 seconds from Getue Levy, with Robert Biffle just behind him. Sorry, that was Robert Biffle and Getue Levy, not Ron. And these two on the same tyre strategy. It's going to be interesting to see how long Hamrick can stay out on those tyres. Can he get to the end? If he goes into the pits now, he's probably going to come out around about 6th. And then going to have to chase the pack, so I'm not sure what his plan will be. Another safety car will suit him very nicely. As the field starts spreading out, got Hamrick in first, Getue Levy in second, Robert Biffle in third, and then Geertruida after that. Great first 20 laps of him. He's all the way down into 9th. And let's just see what's going on. Big Boy on those fresh softs. Yeah, he's making inroads here. He is 13 seconds. Atmar, did he have a spin? Oh, Atmar's going into the pits. Yeah, he needed a pit stop. So is this going to be another set of mediums? So he's done his mandatory. Not sure why. I think he's left the session. Right, and as I join you back, that is a big moment for Getue Levy. He's crashed into the wall, and that's going to be a very long in-lap for him. with no nose cone. So that is once again the final corner of the lap that catches our driver. So Ron is definitely going to get past. So Couture Levy has going to have to go into the pits. He's going to really battle on this lap to stay ahead of Ron, stay ahead of Sols, and might even get taken by Scalzi on track because of the downforce that he does not have at the moment. But it is Hamrick leading by 4 seconds. Robert Biffle 10 seconds ahead of Couture Levy, which we're watching now. That needs to go into the pits now. He's probably going to pop on some soft and see if he can get past this lap. Ron is currently in 4th. He will get promoted to 3rd, depending on where Saltmaster is. So Sol's currently on those 9-lap-old tyres. At the back here we can see Scalzi all over the back of Saltmaster, and you can see Ron in front of him. So this is handy for him. Let's just look at your penalties for now. 5 seconds for Scalzi, here with a 9.6 for on 5. So Scalzi's 5-second penalty is going to hurt him at the end of the race, unfortunately. So Couture Levy stays out with no front wing, and Ron's not making any inroads at the moment, which is quite weird. He might pick up a lot of penalties, but let's see how long. He's going to have to last, what, 6 laps like this? I don't think that's possible. So Sols has gone past Ron, so he's up he's still in 4th, with Ron in 5th now, and being chased by Scalzi behind. That's the closest battle. Minor getting very close to our X-Race leader, Bix Boy. But let's stick with this. So here we go. Position swaps there. Ron letting Scalzi past. Scalzi is up into 5th, chasing after Saltmaster. The problem with Scalzi is he's going to run out of tyres before then, because those mediums is going to start giving away in about 3 laps from now, which leaves him with 3 laps in unclear territory in terms of tyre wear and tyre performance. Couture Levy has been taken by, so let's see if Sols can get him on this lap. There we go, he goes into the pits eventually. That's going to release. Right, so there we go. So Scalzi makes the move on Saltmaster, so he's up into 3rd with a 5-second penalty. Ooh, Saltmaster running slightly wide there. I think Ron back into play again. Couture Levy has pitted for brand new softs. Pierre Bertha, he's currently in 6th position. So action all around. Minor. Let's just see. There we go, the 2 AlphaTauris. Couture Levy just joining after, or just behind his teammate Minor. And they're chasing after Bix Boy, who's soft. Probably going to be in very bad shape by the time we get to the end of the race. But the safety car will make things very interesting, although the guys with penalties, that's going to hurt them very badly. So the gap between Sir Hamrick, let's go back to him, really had a good race so far. I'm not going to jinx it for him. 3 seconds ahead of Robert Biffle. That time is coming down all the time, the gap. He's 18 laps on those hards, so he's going to have to do, what, another 4 laps, so that will be 22 laps on the hards. Okay, it's doable. The game says, predicts 19 laps for your ideal strategy, so 3 laps more is not the end of the world. The gap 3.1 seconds, and then there's a big gap between Robert Biffle and Scalzi, 15 seconds. But let's focus on this battle here. It is Couture Levy. I think his teammates is going to probably let it pass. Let's see what Minor does. There's no point in fighting his teammate on fresh tyres. Let's see if he backs out of the throttle. If I could have used any deployment. There we go. Just slide easy on the throttle there. Let his teammate pass. Good team orders there by AlphaTauri. And that releases Couture Levy. He's got 9 seconds that he needs to gain on Pierre Bertha to get the position back. And the same with Minor, so hopefully he can pull his teammate together with him. because then they will get 7th as things stand at the moment, although Minor has got penalty to as well. And the closest battle on track was really that. So Hamrick, yeah, a good race from him so far. Led most of the race. We had Gia Buerta leading a lap. We had Big Spoy also leading a lap here around Albert Park. And then Sir Hamrick doing most of the leading here. Robert Buffel now 3.5 seconds. That gap staying pretty constant, 3.1 to 3.7, depending on which sector. Scalzi in third, 14 seconds away from Robert Buffel. He's got a 5-second penalty, so he's going to have to get that on Scalzi if he wants to retain a podium position. Salzmeister, no penalties for him, the same as Robert Buffel and Sir Hamrick. Ron on penalties, so is Buerta. Oh, and as I say that, Couture Levy, big moment there. Once again, the last corner, loses the car. That is Big Boy. Yeah, those softs are pretty slumped at the moment, so he's taking the opportunity to go. But Couture Levy recovers the car, and he's going to stay in line. Right, so the chat's a bit slow tonight, but nevertheless, welcome to the stream. Ultra is obviously rooting for Scalzi, and the same as Adele, and she wants to marry Scalzi, which is good. It's not February month yet, it's not the month of love yet, but probably January can be a month of love as well. Anyway, Scalzi, they're all rooting for him to be in third, so let's just look at that for them while we are on it. So he's got a 5-second penalty. I'm not sure if he can ask that back from the stewards, but if he can't ask that back from the stewards, it means that he's going to have to find another 2 seconds from Salzmeister in the next 2 laps. So a second a lap that he's going to have to pull out of Salz to secure a third place, because Salzmeister has got no penalties. That 5-second penalty, if it stands, will drop him all the way down into fourth, and it will promote Salzmeister onto the podium. Robert Buffel, the gap then 3.2 seconds, so that's all good. Ron has also got penalties, so he's got a 3-second penalty. That's not going to make a difference to his life. Gerard Buerta's got a 9-second penalty. That might not change for him. He might stay in 6th. Minor and Couture Levy, there might be a bit of a position swap there, but I don't think anything major. But at the moment, all eyes are focused on the gap between Scalzi and Salzmeister. And as they start the penultimate, let's just have a look and see. So Hamrick, he's on lap 28 of 29, so just 2 laps to go. So that gap now 3.2 seconds. Remember, that gap between Salzmeister and Scalzi needs to be 5 seconds for Scalzi to take the podium, or the final podium position. 3.4 seconds, and that's a bit to ask with 14-lap-old mediums versus 15-lap-old hards. Those hards are on a nice window at the moment. The 14-lap-old mediums, yeah, a couple of laps on the safety car, but they will not be in mint condition. So Hamrick taking it very slow. He does not want to lose this race by having a spinneroo. He's done a couple of races where he's had really good results coming his way, and unfortunately losing the car. So I just want to see, is there any damage that Alfa Romeo, because he's really going slowly. No, it's not. He's probably just looking. I just want to see. Deployment looks good. So he's probably just pacing himself. Yeah, he's not going to do anything funny. You don't want to get a 3-second time penalty now. You also don't want to spin out now. And that gap has come down from 3.7 seconds to 1.7. So Hamrick taking it very slowly. That's the nerves of leading a race and trying to win it. And good points up for grabs for him. That gap between Scalzi and Salzmeister is not gone over 4 seconds yet, so that's going to be a tough one for Scalzi. He is part of my Red Bull team, myself, him, Knight Rider, Travis, Phantom and Stoffel, so It will be good for Red Bull if we can get another podium tonight. Ron, a very good fit for him. Geerbuerta in 6th. So we'll see what the final standings will be. This is your penultimate lap, or this is your final lap. So I'm going to get on board, but not on board, but I'm just going to stick with our race leader. Apologies, Sir Hamrick. 1.4 seconds. You don't want to take any chances now. You do not want to spin. You do not want to invalidate. You don't want to, especially if you're sitting on 2 warnings. Rather, even if you win just by 0.2 of a second, a win is a win. No one looks at that after the fact. Everyone looks at your points. So is this going to be his first one in season 9? And well deserved for Sir Hamrick. And everyone else around him had moments. They had issues. There was plenty of safety cars, plenty of carbon fiber, lots of spinning. But it is Sir Hamrick. He's not going to be faced about any of that. He's going to cross the finish line. And that is your winner for Division 3, Sir Hamrick. What a great race by him for 0.7 of a second from Robert Buffel. He's on the podium. Scalzi is not going to get 3rd, unfortunately. He's going to get demoted down into 4th as he crosses the line now. Salzmeister, you will see, will jump into 3rd. There we go, podium position for Sols. Scalzi in 4th. And it's all about to see Ron, Buerta, Minor, and Gatua Levy where they will finish. Ron crosses the finish line now, 5th position for him on track. Definitely going to be ahead of Buerta. There we go. Let's just see if Minor can capitalize on Buerta's penalties, but I don't think so. I think that will be a safe 5th and 6th for Ron and for Buerta. Minor is going to cross the line now. Yeah, it goes slowly over that. I think he expected a bit more for tonight. A bit of a disappointing night for Alpha Tauri as he crosses the line in 7th. Gatua Levy, yeah, he finishes up into 8th. Big Spoy is going to be your last scoring points. Atmar not in control of his car, so there will be no points for him. So Big Spoy did lead the Australian Grand Prix for a lap or 2, and that should be a lot of encouragement for him. Getting that done, getting that box ticked. He's led a race, and there we go. So well done to everyone from Division 3. It was a thin grid, but yeah, load shedding making its mark once again, especially in the evening for stage 6. So driver of the day, Salzmeister, from the back of the grid up into 3rd. Great drive by him, but definitely my driver of the day, Sir Hamrick. Chaos around him, and he just kept it cool. So well done to Sir Hamrick. Well done to Robert Buffel. Once again, Robert Buffel showing some great pace and keeping things clean. And there we go. It's champagne time here in Albert Park as 3 different constructors on the podium. It's Alfa Romeo. There we go. From the Mercedes of Robert Buffel, from the Ferrari of the Salzmeister. Alright, and just to round off, let me just take you through our final standings and a recap of our race. 29 laps here at Albert Park, round 2, season 9. Sir Hamrick coming out on top. Robert Buffel in 2nd. Salzmeister the final podium position. Scalzi in 4th. Ron Skitter, a very valuable 5th for him. Good drive by Geerbuerta in 6th. It could have been so much better for him tonight. Minor disappointing for Alpha Tauri with Gatua Levy in 7th and 8th. Big Spoy, have to take a lot of heart from tonight. Good strategy, a couple of mistakes, but nevertheless led a couple of laps. He's at 9th, and then Atmar disconnects in 10th. We've had 2 retirements, Esotronic and Knight Rider, both safety cars, and that's going to conclude our stream from Albert Park here in Australia. Next week we are off to Europe. We are at the Temple of Speed. It is going to be Monza, so please join Premier Division on Tuesday night, join Webo on Wednesday night for Division 2, and then hopefully I'll be your host again. It's myself, Avi, and we'll catch you again next week, Division 3. Have a great evening. Ciao, ciao.